Well, you made that pasta, you made that sauce, you had a great dinner that night, maybe 2 nights in a row. Then maybe the third night, manicotti, lasagna. By then you're done. So what do? Well, the first night when I make the big pot of spaghetti sauce and pasta, I take leftover pasta that I make extra of and put it in about maybe 4 cups into a Ziploc bag. And I take about a quart of that sauce and I freeze them both. And about maybe 3 months later, you could take them out and naturally thaw them in the refrigerator. It takes about maybe 3 to 4 days. You don't want to thaw it in your sink. And then you've got some great pasta and some sauce to make spaghetti pie. I take my thawed leftover pasta. Now I don't rinse it. You see how it's kind of sticky still? You want to have that because that's going to help it bind together to make our crust. To make our crust, we're going to take 2 eggs, whole eggs, and we're going to add in a pinch of salt, pinch of cracked pepper to taste, and about 2 tablespoons of some dried chives. Now you can use fresh, but to me, if you buy it fresh, you're going to have a half a packet that's going to kind of get messy in the fridge after 3 or 4 days. We're going to bring this together. This is going to be our binder for our pasta here. Now, you noticed I washed my hands really good, hot soapy water. I'm going to make sure we do that before we get this all together because we're going to be using our hands. All right, now we're going to take some Parmesan cheese and get that in our pasta as well. About a half a cup or so. And before we fill our pie pan, we're going to spray it with some non-stick spray here. This is a 9-inch pie plate. Let's mix up our pasta here. I'm actually using angel hair here. I'm going to add it to our crust here. Now you notice I'm going to form it up on the sides. And you want to make sure that you have a little bit on the bottom, of course, because that's going to make the crust. Fill in where you need. And we're going to give it just a little bit more, not a lot, of this Parmesan cheese. Now we're going to bake this at 350 degrees on the bottom of our oven rack. Now some ovens, when they go on to reheat, the broiler comes on as well to keep the temperature up. So on the top rack you want to put a sheet pan, not aluminum foil, a sheet pan to keep that broiler from putting too much heat on the top. If you burn the outer edges of the crust, it's no good. It's going to be tough to chew. You have to start all over again. So 350, it's going to take about 20 minutes. Now our crust is nice and firmed up here. By the way, it only took about 12 minutes because we use angel hair pasta. So 12 minutes at 350. And we're going to go ahead and get our leftover spaghetti sauce into our skillet here. Get that warmed up. And now we'll go ahead and get our filling made. This is a 15-ounce container of whole ricotta cheese. You can use parts you want, but I like the whole. This is 1 whole egg and 2 whites combined. Can you get that in there? That's going to be our binder. Of course, we're going to add our kosher salt. About a teaspoon and a half, maybe. A little cracked pepper. Some more of this fresh Parmesan cheese. Want that filler to have a nice flavor as well. And our secret ingredient, but you can't use a lot of it, just a little bit. I'm talking maybe only 2 scrapes. This is whole nutmeg. This is a microplane. You can use a regular grater, but you get a finer grind out of this. But No more than 2. If you go more, they're going to know it's nutmeg. But by only going 2, they're not going to know exactly what it is. And you're going to drive them crazy. And we'll bring this all together. Actually, works better with a whisk. You're gonna want to add a lot of salt here. Don't do it. You over salt it, it's not gonna work out. It's gonna be really rough. So let them salt their own. Now we're gonna take our pie crust here. Now we're gonna fill our pasta shell with the ricotta. Use our spoon here and really bring it out to our edge here. Now the sauce is going to be served under the spaghetti pie. But we're going to put a very thin layer on top. It's not going to take much. Take our spoon and even it out. We'll top it with the shredded mozzarella cheese. And now we're going to go back into the oven, 350, for about 10 minutes more to firm up that ricotta in the middle. Boy, it looks and smells delicious. Let's serve it up.